Got one for my client up in Canada today. It's 130 users, 30 servers, 4 locations. It was at the library. Should be a pretty good one.
Yeah, so this morning I talked to this law firm, 85 users, 2 locations, got a hold of the network administrator. He was telling me that they were actively looking for a security team on their IT, which I've got him connected for mid-September with my client, and he's looking forward to it.
Yeah, I started the month off with one for my Buffalo client called a church, and lady there has one guy that does kind of a break fix sort of thing for him, but according to her, very hard to get in touch with. So they're looking for a little bit quicker response time, just more day-to-day services and support. So after Labor Day, of course, I'll meet up with them, see where we can fit in.
All right, got one for my client down in Sarasota. Reached out to a insurance group. Last week spoke with them. They weren't too interested. They had they're using a workstation through Amazon. Spoke with the operations manager over there. Mentioned to her that we also do project work and handle other things. Mentioned they were having some issues with their phone. They couldn't really do much. So convinced her to at least take a meeting with Dalton, see what resources we can bring to the table for them. She mentioned that she was looking to possibly have somebody local that would be able to come on site for whenever those issues arise. So got that set for next Tuesday, so it should be a pretty good one.
Got an appointment for my client out in Richmond with a financial institution. They're about 20 users, 2 locations, looking for some solutions as far as cybersecurity and compliance go. Got that set up for next week. Should be a pretty good one.
Who got one? Who wants to talk about one? Tyler?
Yeah, I called just one of their locations out in Dallas, Texas. They have 2 other ones, but this is the biggest one. Apparently they're the largest in the U.S. and almost in the world. But sadly, their facilities aren't that big. It's about 15,000 square feet. But I mean, it was pretty much rollover call. I just called them, and he said they're in contract with JamPro right now. It's just one of the biggest commercial cleaners you can get, and they kind of just want to go with a smaller company that's not as corporate and just big. So I mean, he just said whenever you got time on your calendar, come out and give us a walkthrough, and we set on Thursday next week at 9.
Guys who are starting to clean or call cleaning, starting to clean it. You should have already been cleaning. But, so Tyler on that call, the guy said JamPro's out there 2 days a week. Obviously his client wants 5 days a week. So just a little quick thing is you can assume that they're not going to be against 5 days a week, but ask them, hey, I know 2 days a week they come out there, but we handle 5 day a week cleaning. Is that something you're open to seeing what it might cost you? And then just kind of ask and probe questions around that way. Just because they're only doing 2 now doesn't mean they won't do 5. So good job, Tyler, for recognizing that and setting it up. So let's go. So who else?
What was on the board this morning?
Harry?
Yeah, got a little email happy this morning. I talked to the guy about a week and a half ago, and he said, hey, I'm in the airport about to board a plane going to Vegas for a week. So he said, shoot me over an email. Whenever I get back, I'll set something up. So I shot him over an email some times, and he picked one of them. So
Sweet.
got him set up for about halfway through the month. I think it's on the 14th.
Let's go. Nice. RaShaun?
I got one for Kua. I called a lead no interest that Jackson had called last year, late last year. Lady tried to do the same thing. She's like, yeah, we're good. We work with Amazon Workspace, so we don't have a need for an IT company. Then I kind of asked her, I was like, well, do you guys ever utilize MSPs for project work? She's like, I don't talk IT. What do you mean? Kind of went over some things that we do. And then that's kind of when she opened up, said that they had some issues with phones not too long ago. And she didn't know who to go to, and I guess the Amazon Workspace, the people that they work with for them, they weren't any help either. So I was able to get her open up. She agreed to have her CEO and herself in the meeting with Dalton on the 12th, and I believe she said they're 28 to 30 users. They're already cloud-based and just one location. So
Nice.
Yeah, I had an appointment for my client out in Richmond. I called the CIO. I talked to him in July, and he said now is really not a good time. Call me in September. So
called him today, September 1st, and he said, "Boy, you didn't waste any time, did you? I did tell you September. Let's go ahead and get something set up." So it's 20 users, 2 locations, talking about cybersecurity, other cybersecurity compliance, and a couple other managed services.
Richmond or Charlotte?
Richmond.
Nice. That's huge.
Yep.
I'll just say real quick, you're doing a great job for NDSE. Keep it up, because Michael Pfaff is referring us over to other people, and we might actually have a deal out of it, because he was talking about he knows Frank at NDSE, which I guess is one of Michael's right-hand men. So you're crushing, man. Good job.
Give it another one.
No.
Yeah, I called a church today for whiteboard, and a lady answered the phone and said they have just one guy who doesn't work for them and is impossible to get a hold of when they have issues. She doesn't know his email address, doesn't know any current contact info for him. So she said, you know, they could really use somebody that can just pick up the phone and call. And so, Steve and Alex are going to get in touch with her after Labor Day and see if we can be more, you know, day to day on the spot for them.
Let's go.
I got one yesterday for Firelands before we hit the golf course, but kind of like a buzzer beater right at the last second. But it was a guy I actually spoke to like three or 4 months ago. He's like, call me in September. It's a school. He's like, you know, right now we're reevaluating a lot of stuff. We're really busy, blah, blah, blah. So called him back yesterday, or he actually called me back from a voicemail that I left and said, yeah, definitely wants us to come out and talk to us. Huge board of education in Ohio.
Nice.
So big deal. They have about 1,300 users total. So they got servers on-prem and some in the cloud. So Jeff should be really happy about that one.
You said it's a big what?
Huge deal.
Anybody else with apps? We got one over here.
I just grabbed one.
Let's go, light bulb.
It was a law firm in DC. Called in. I got the network administrator on the phone, and he basically said that they already had managed like the help desk taken care of, but they're actively looking for a security team. So I'm gonna get them connected for the 13th.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, I got an appointment for my client up in Canada today. It is with the Construction Manufacturing Group. Their evaluation period is annually, and it's coming up in the fall, so they're looking at other options coming up here in the next couple of months. So we're going to get them there and give them our pitch and see what we can do. Should be a pretty good one.
Got an appointment today for my client at OnMark. We were talking about digital marketing and how the website could use a little bit of a revamp for the word of mouth. And that way when people go to look at the website, we can really help them and lock down that business for them. So we're really excited to meet with them next week, and we'll keep you posted.